The one thing we can count on with markets is that there's always going to be a lot of drama. And over the last few days, we've seen quite a bit of that coming out from the crypto market, where there's been new bankruptcies from multi-billion-dollar companies. We've seen drama from Elon Musk, which is pretty obvious. We expect that. But Elon Musk, Twitter, and Apple going at it. Does he really want to take him on? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about that. And also, big news coming out of Ukraine. There's just some new updates there, and they haven't really been getting a lot of attention. So today's video, I want to break down everything going on in the crypto space, a little bit of going on with tech news, and also things going on over in Ukraine. So before we get into that, though, my Instagram was hacked recently. So if you don't already follow me there, we did have around 20,000 followers. I just made a new account. We're starting over, back at zero. So just go ahead and follow me there if you can. But the major news for the day is that we have really seen that BlockFi, one of the biggest crypto lending platforms in the industry, has filed for bankruptcy. They just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. And the interesting thing here is when you start digging a little bit deeper into their numbers, things are concerning. I don't even know how this is legal that they were allowed to be doing this, but what we have seen is that BlockFi, according to their bankruptcy filing, you could see that they had between $1 and $10 billion of liabilities, but only $256 million in cash on hand. You would think, how is that possibly allowed? Where you're allowed to have $256 million in cash, but close to $10 billion in liabilities. Well, this is where a big problem is coming into place for crypto, because it hasn't just been BlockFi, it's been so many other crypto firms as well that have just been completely over leveraged. And that is why, while I'm bullish on crypto long term, things are not going to rebound as quickly as people would like. There's still a lot of uncertainty, a lot of fear in the markets, and as we continue to see the impacts of FTX roll out in the market, which are going to still take a little bit longer, we're going to see more firms like BlockFi revealing similar information, which is just going to continue to hold the crypto market down at these current levels. I want to quickly interrupt today's video to bring you a word from our channel partner, MetaPlayerOne. MetaPlayerOne is a special networking platform for the crypto community, and it just recently released its alpha version of its platform. The way it works is all networks on MetaPlayerOne are based on the token holding principle. This means that if you have a token or an NFT in your wallet, you can automatically be part of that Web 3.0 community on MetaPlayerOne. It simply uses blockchain data to see what tokens, what cryptos, what NFTs you have in your wallet, and you automatically get access to those communities. This is a great way to debate and discuss with people who have similar interests and similar holdings as you, and it creates a unique community that we have not yet seen for crypto investors. In addition to this, every single community on the platform can now create its own DAO with its own custom token like the one I created. You can see right here that my community channel on MetaPlayerOne and my DAO called Michael Rubel YouTube, it has a token. You can join it if you want. In the channel, we'll be doing P2P trading, NFT posting. We'll be talking about new product launches and everything else regarding news in the crypto space. So check that out. All you need to do is simply look at my token, and if you have your token in the wallet, you can automatically join my community. MetaUnit token IDO and whitelist just recently closed on November 9th, 2022, and the token has officially launched on Uniswap under the name MetaUnit, symbol MEU. So this platform is unique because it allows you to join communities in the crypto space with like-minded people and people who have similar holdings as you, and I think it is definitely worth checking out. It offers a fun community, and you should go over to MetaPlayerOne and check out my community on the platform. Anyways, let's get back to the program. So right now, Bitcoin's price is holding just above that $16,000 per coin range, hovering really between $15,500 and $16,500. We have had no major catalysts that have been able to push it out, and what we are seeing right now for Bitcoin in particular is that it is currently in its longest crypto winter that we have ever seen, right around 380 to 385 days, which is the second longest downturn in the history of crypto. The longest took place back in 2013 and 2015 bear market, which was 415 days, but unless we see some sort of miracle, unless something crazy happens within the next few weeks, I'm expecting this bear market, this crypto winter, to be the longest ever on record. The only thing that could change is if we see some major news come out, major positive news from, let's say, a major tech firm in the coming weeks that they are diving deep into crypto. Other than that, we would need some sort of miracle to see this crypto winter not be the longest. The good news with that is that it's not terrible. It means that there's going to be longer times for people to accumulate, add to their positions, and just double down for when we eventually do see the next bull market. Because you have to remember that with every single bear market, there is always followed by a bull market. It always happens that way. It's not like you're in a bear market forever. You're not in a bull market forever. For every bear market, there's a bull market. For every bull market, there's a bear market. They go in cycles. So just take advantage of the opportunities while you have them. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on with Fidelity, one of the biggest asset managers in the world with $4.5 trillion in assets under management. Just officially sent emails to clients saying that cryptocurrency trading is officially available for customer retail accounts. This has been in the works for a while. They've unveiled multiple crypto funds over the last few months as well, but now finally they are letting their retail investors go ahead and trade crypto. They said the one thing with this is that while the wait is over for Fidelity crypto accounts, that you need to have a Fidelity brokerage account in order to fund your Fidelity crypto account. This isn't a big deal. You probably already have a Fidelity brokerage account if you have a Fidelity crypto account, if you're wanting to make one, but that is the one caveat, the one thing you need to keep in mind if you are interested in going ahead and making a Fidelity crypto account. According to their statements, they say that despite everything going on in the market, despite all these major fluctuations, they've been continuing to see massive interest from retail investors, so they're going ahead and rolling that out. Next up, let's talk a little bit about what's been going on with Tesla, because Tesla, as of recently, has had a lot of big news. Elon Musk, Tesla, Twitter, we have a lot to cover. So what we've seen is that Tesla's semi-truck originally started production and was planned to start production back in 2019, and they had goals of scaling this up to 100,000 units per year by 2022. But the problem was there was a lot of delays, supply chain issues, and they didn't even start producing the Tesla semi-truck until October of 2022. But the good news right now is that Tesla's first ever semi-truck delivery to customers is taking place on December 1st, 2022, coming up very, very quickly. And this is a major milestone for Tesla. While they are behind schedule, it is great to see that they are finally going to be rolling these out to customers, and people who have made deposits, have been waiting for years now, are going to see these implemented. Not only is this good for customers, but also just overall environmental impact. We've seen that according to a recent test, Tesla completed a 500-mile drive with a Tesla semi-truck that weighed 81,000 pounds. So they were able to do all this on a battery. They wasn't using diesel fuel. This was all just from a Tesla semi-truck using electric power and powered by the batteries in the truck. This is game-changing for the entire industry, as we're going to start to see not only semi-trucks become more electric and rely on that energy source versus using diesel, but we're also going to be seeing that with trucks in the future, especially from Tesla, they're going to be more automated. So this is going to reinvent and transform the entire industry, and this is something that is going to take years, but we are seeing the very first step of this coming up on December 1st when the first semi-truck is delivered to customers. Other than that, with Elon Musk and Tesla, we have seen that there's also been Elon Musk coming out and going at it with Twitter. Elon Musk is trying to take on the biggest names in the entire world and going up against Apple. So there's been a lot of drama between Twitter and Apple over the last few days, as Elon Musk says that Apple has threatened to withhold Twitter from the App Store, just permanently remove it from the App Store. And he says that Apple won't tell them why. But this isn't how Apple normally goes about business. Normally, if there's a major app, even a smaller app on the App Store, they say, okay, these are the issues, these are the problems. If you don't fix them, then we're going to need to take your app off the App Store. But if they're resolved, usually they let you go ahead and just keep your app on the App Store. And especially for such a high profile case with Twitter, I find it interesting that he's saying this. But the one thing we have to remember is that Apple right now is reportedly cutting back on advertising significantly on Twitter's platform. So is Elon Musk just a little bit bitter, a little bit upset that Apple has stopped advertising on Twitter? Or is this a legitimate thing that is happening, a legitimate concern for Twitter that they could be potentially taken off of the App Store? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, but personally, I don't think Apple could just go ahead and take Twitter off of the App Store without any sort of notice, especially with the nature of Twitter being such a high-profile business. It's one of the largest tech companies in the world by market cap. It's not just going to be removed that easily. So let me know your thoughts on that. And last thing before we get into a little bit of news with Ukraine is that right now what we're seeing is, according to a Goldman Sachs hedge fund trend monitor, we're seeing that Microsoft has officially surpassed Amazon as the most popular hedge fund bet. So for people who are interested in stocks right now, according to this hedge fund monitor from Goldman Sachs that ranges and tracks 786 firms in the industry, it's found that 82 of these hedge funds have Microsoft among their top 10 holdings, and only Amazon as their top 10 holdings 79 times. So this shows us there's been a change of guards in the top tech firms and what hedge funds are liking to put their money into. We've seen that they used to always be betting long on Amazon, and while still this is the second highest position for hedge funds, what we have seen is that now Microsoft represents the top holding really for all of these hedge funds. So this is interesting to see, and I do own both stocks. I own Microsoft, I own Tesla, but it's interesting to see that hedge funds are now leaning more towards Microsoft versus Amazon. Last thing I want to go over is that it is day 276 of the invasion of Ukraine, and while the media coverage has died down quite a bit for what's been going on over there in Ukraine and Russia, we have seen that right now things are continuing to heat up, and there are currently 6 million Ukrainian households without electricity, and the president of Ukraine came out and says that he's called for help from NATO, he's called for help from other governments, but right now what we're seeing is that still, while there isn't much media coverage, there's still a lot of drama and a lot of suffering taking place in Ukraine and in this war that's continuing to go on. There's continuing to be bombings. There's continuing to be cities just blown to pieces, and people's lives are having to change completely, leave the country, move elsewhere. So things are still going on there. So make sure to follow us on Twitter if you don't already. But these are the major updates, major highlights of things going on in the world today, things that I find most interesting right now. Let me know your thoughts on what's going on, but hope to see you guys in the next episode. See ya.